start.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's part of being on brand. So let me find my little 30 count. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. I am C Double, and normally we have Ladarius. No, he's not been replaced. He has some family obligations he had to take care of, so we are keeping him in our prayers and thoughts. One of his mother had an accident at the home yesterday, so I'm always one of those. We do family first, so I told him to take care of the family, and we'll handle the rest. So, without further ado, the co-host on the other side, that's Jerry. And then at least we won't have this issue where if Jerry moves, the other person in the third spot is kind of staring in Jerry's backdrop picture going, "Are you serious? Are you okay? You kind of messed in the head." Love you,
We all
Ron.
know that.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. We all just look at it and go, "Well, that's just Jerry on a Tuesday."
Well,
So,
this
but
time
ladies
it's Jerry
and
on a Wednesday.
yeah, exactly. So, folks, if you're hearing this voice, this is Mr. Hollywood, Hunter James. Well, I would say live on remote, but apparently he's live on the road, but he's being
Oh,
safe.
what?
Don't worry.
Hey, hands are in the air. Hollywood
Yep.
has arrived.
Yep.
Earpiece on the other side. Coppers ain't seeing me.
Yep.
Because if not, I'm rolling down Sunset Strip with nobody chasing me. Okay, nobody.
Well, hold on. We'll talk about some of the stories afterwards later on because that was some funny stuff. But anyway, folks, if you haven't seen, Hunter's actually one of the young rising stars. Also, it's a part of the show that we're doing this Sunday. We're going to go ahead and throw it up here. The Battle for Barrow is a charity event, and I believe we have a Mr. Thrasher coming in, so I'm going to bring him on too. So we can we'll find out. We got Mr. Jay Thrasher in the house. How you doing, good sir?
Good.
Yeah, this will. Yeah, and we're gonna have quite a few people because I've invited pretty much the whole group chat to be a part of the show because we know this show's coming up.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes,
I can hear you. Who's talking? Just sorry. We got you, Matt.
so far everybody's good.
I think y'all got me. Do you got me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Let's see. Make sure I got
Beautiful.
all mics clear. Good. All right. I got Jay on the corner. So
And Hunter left.
Hunter left. Daggone. We'll have to get him back. But anyway.
He'll come
All
back.
right. Yeah. So I'm going to make it a little easier this way. We'll put this picture back up in a bit. But yeah, folks, this is the going down Battle for Barrow. Normally I just do the wrestling review under our backdrop, but I hadn't changed it yet because it's been a busy day. But here we are, guys. Matt, I believe you're actually one of the guys that's actually kind of helped bring this together. So we're going to let you give the fans what we're looking forward to and what came about and how we got all this done.
Well, I mean, to be honest, as you guys already know, it's a slam pack show. I mean, we've got talent from across the Southeast. Us with their presence, they're going to be giving these fans an absolute knockdown drag out the entire night that we're there. To be honest with you, it was really like this is like labor of love more so than anything. Everybody who is remotely involved qualms with joining in on this venture with us. Jamie Holmes and Chris Del Rey, the day that everything happened, I was in contact with those guys, and an hour after the dust kind of settled, Del Rey reached out and asked me what I thought about doing, how I thought about doing a benefit show to benefit the families in the high school, and I said absolutely. And first person that we reached out to is right on camera with us, Hunter James right there. And as soon as he was on board, everybody else just started pouring in. I think we have like upwards of 30 talent members that are going to be a part of this show. So
Yeah, and not with that, but yeah,
it was
because when I got,
tremendous, and it all
yeah,
came together within 2 days.
yeah, and look, the tragedy affected all of us as a community, and that's why when I heard about it, I told Jerry, I said, whatever you guys need, you give me a holler. So I was definitely on board. So Jay, and we'll let Hunter also speak, but what do you guys, how did it affect you, and with the the events, and just what brought you to want to be a part of this?
Um, so for me, it affected me because I was at work, and then yet I was looking around and I just saying pray for Appalachia. I was thrown off when I found out. I instantly thought my cousins because they was all in that school range. One up in middle school, one in high, the other couple in high school. And I think I graduated from there in 2017, and it threw me off mentally because I couldn't focus like the whole day. Like it kept on throwing me off.
All right,
So for me
Hunter.
personally, it well me personally, it's weird, especially because it wasn't just a few years ago I graduated on that field. I wrestled for Appalachia all 4 years. I played football there for 2 years. I was a quarterback. I was a linebacker, uh, state placer, national champion, bringing it home to Appalachia. My pictures all over that school. It's it's just too close to home. Like, I'd be a liar if I said it affected me in such a way as it did other people, because I don't have family in that school, like Jay was just talking about. But I just thought of my brother literally just got transferred out of that school system the year previous.
Mm,
So now he goes to a different school system, and just thinking, the fact that me and my brother have such a joking relationship, if he was to text me that, I would think he's messing with me, because why would they come to small town Georgia and try that? And I mean, because
yeah,
usually that's a big city thing. Well, I mean, I say that, but I guess I don't really remember any of the cities that's ever happened to. Besides the point, I think it's just
but
one of those
yeah,
cases where the community is affected. You can tell. You can see a lot of the charity events running. Us being one of them. There's multiple events going on this weekend. There was some last weekend. There's some next weekend, and
hmm,
I'm just happy that these past couple weeks I've got to wear my colors. I wore my Appalachian jacket after high school to the ring multiple times, and I will be damned if I don't do it continuously throughout these next few weeks, just to keep bringing up the fact that, you know, Barrow County is going to be stronger than ever because of this. It's a
yeah,
letdown, but just because I don't live in the county anymore, we all know I reside in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, but family comes first, and my family is in Barrow County, Georgia, and I'm going to come out and I'm going to do what I can to show that Appalachia did create a star, and one of many stars to come.
yeah. Thank you, Ryan, from the Birdcage. And Jerry actually was also one of the key guys that got a hold of me when we were seeing all this, and we were kind of just like going, "What's going on?" And you know, we were doing a show, and then we were scheduled to do a show about it, and then we were just like, "Nah, man, we can't." And I canceled it because it's just my head and my mind was on that families and everything else. So, um, but now, all right. So we get the place. How quickly did you said it came about 2 days? So who's all been like a part of the team that's actually worked this together, Matt? Who's been kind of the driving force?
So driving force is Jamie Holmes, Jason Maddox, Chris Del Rey, and then myself. Those guys are part of my booking committee for Nerd U Championship Wrestling. So when the idea for this all came about, we all work it anyway. So we decided that we would be the ones that would start hosting it, and then reach out to talent and see what really, what kind of response we would get. And then, like I said, Hunter jumped on board, Jerry jumped on board, Chris jumped on board. Like everybody just started going and going and going, and to this morning, to where I'm still receiving messages from talent wanting to be a part of the show. Um, so, like I said, it just hasn't stopped. We were very very, very blessed with the venue being donated to us the same day that we started getting the show together. We've got the ring that's been donated to us. It's just a tremendous outpouring, and it's not just from the wrestling community; it's been from the community as a whole. It's been really amazing.
You know, when the community can come together and actually do something, and I love that we're thinking of the victims and everyone that has been through this. This really helps the healing. I was a part of opening a store where we actually blew over, I believe, close to 600 balloons for the victims of the shooting. And one of the people that we were looking for, Mason, who murdered. So it really touched us. It was like it was something small, but it felt like we were able to do something to help. And then we looked out in the Michael's parking lot or in that shopping center. There was nothing but bikers all together doing a bike ride, and they were gonna, they basically buried their beefs and just said, "Look, this is about this. Let's do this peacefully. Let's have a good time." And that's something. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
And there's another one the same day as the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because just Cowboys in that one. I forget where it said they were riding from to, but yeah, it's the same day, like that morning.
Mm-hmm. So, and by the way, I just want to bring up, this is where the venue is going to be. It's 138 Park Avenue, Suite 100, and it's going to be $10 a ticket. Now, I was told that the seating was going to be kind of limited, but yet bring chairs if you want to. We're going to be bringing. I'm going to see about what I got here, and I'll try to bring some stuff, but to help out. And the more the merrier. Also, we got silent auctions, I've heard. So who's the sponsors, or who are people that are a part of this that people might want to find out about or to come and be a part of?
So speaking of the silent auction, Charlie from Charlie's Collectibles is actually donating a signed Lex Luger pop to that silent auction. Nerd U is donating a autographed wrestling program that has Jake Snake's autograph on there. The owner of Southern Fried has donated a few show shirts that have been signed by talent that are going to be auctioned off. Then we've got a bunch of local sponsors, and then sponsors, kind of south around Athens area that have reached out and helped out. Game Central Station, they're donating some gaming stations, so that way any kids that come to the event, they're going to have a small Smash Brothers tournament available for them. They're also going to have a booth. They're going to be donating 100% of their proceeds to the benefit. The Window Source of Athens, My Big Boy Job, they're actually making a monetary donation to the benefit. Edged Events, of course, we're donating the venue to us. OSWA, they're donating the ring, some of the chairs, and talent to us for this show. Two Beans Coffee here in Commerce and Think Technology Company, those guys made a monetary donation to the benefit already. And I know that there are a few other organizations that are looking to make donations, whether or not it be monetary or to the silent auction. I know we are still receiving items for the silent auction, so all those would be present at the show. We'll finalize the silent auction right at the end of the show. So we'll be able to have an announcement for total revenue made for that show, so that way everybody knows what kind of impact we've made.
Yeah, and I may have some stuff too. I have to look.
That'd be great.
I may have a couple of autographs too.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another thing. We got a Darby Allin picture from his time with TCW at this last show. So like I said, there's just been so much stuff that's been donated out so far.
That's incredible, because when you have something like this going on and people are reaching out and trying to help in any way, that just means so much, especially in this world right now. Just giving us a little bit of good to even in a bad situation. Um, and I understand about the victims. So my question: are we going to have we heard anything like? Are we going to be able to get some of the students from Appalachia or the members? Are they going to be able to make it to the show?
I know that I've heard some confirmation that there is faculty from Appalachia that are looking to come. Um, I know that we're still waiting on confirmation from the band. Football team wanted to be able to be there. We sent out the invite to them to be there. They're actually going to be in Atlanta watching the Falcons that day, so I can't really blame them there. But I do know that there has been contact made to invite any of the families, victims, and faculty members. And in fact, any of those guys that do come, they get a discounted ticket price. Even though it all goes to charity, we want to make sure that they understand that they're loved and they're special. And we even have a nice little VIP section for families, victims, and faculty at the venue. They're going to have a little bit of a raised area. They're going to be able to see straight into the ring. It's going to be beautiful.
Awesome.
And
I know we're also going to have.
Personally, my little brother still in the Walton County area, right outside Barrow County, has a lot of friends in the area. He has shared it multiple times. He's put it on different social medias for him. I know some of my past friends from Appalachia are planning on coming just because they've never seen me wrestle before, not in a ring per se. And so we should have at least some just for confirmation. I know that being the hometown guy, I guess I have to put in a little work myself and not just expect to be a star for once. And, just put the name out there. I've shared it multiple times to the local community. I've shared it on personal stuff. I've shared it on professional stuff. So we should have some of Appalachia's own in the house.
Awesome.
I might have a little bit of my cousins show up because they was talking to me the other day anyway.
Awesome. Heck yeah.
Yeah. And see, it's all, and we've invited our families and everything. And, of course, I always like to say, the main thing is, I tell them, now y'all got to pay. I can't pay for everybody. But especially for one that's actually a charity event, you don't want to end up someone looking to go, hey, man, you're going to hook me up, right? Like, it's a charity event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go into your purse strings, I promise.
They visit the merch table, too.
Yep. Absolutely. Everybody's gonna have gimmick tables there. Go see them.
They better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing. So there will be a gimmick. There are going to be gimmicks tables for the wrestlers to sell their stuff. Jerry might even, perform for you. I don't know. He kind of gets shy in front of people.
I heard he's a stripper at night. So
Negative.
Look.
You will all people know that I cannot dance.
Hold on. If you give him, if you play Spice Girls, he's gonna let it loose. So I've got it on a firm.
I've seen him after a few shots.
He can dance. Mental note.
Yeah. Just saying.
Jesus.
And I can always let the DJ, especially if I bring a certain gremlin with me who's gonna be the DJ, maybe. But
Jerry's secret gonna get exposed.
Be a good time.
I promise she's not going to mess with your entrance music.
Better not.
I've already got to work.
I know where she lives.
Okay. Yes, unfortunately with
That's
me. Anyway, so
this got weird.
Yeah, you got to be. Well, it's my daughter. So
okay, now it's really weird.
Let's talk about wrestling. Yeah. Well, look, she probably delivers some stiff shots. That's for sure. But also, let's talk about the Battle Barrow. Let's talk a little bit about the card so people get familiar. What are we looking for in the show? What are we having? What do we have in store for the fans?
Man, I don't want to give too much away just because, but we've got an amazing battle royal that's going to open the show. That's going to be followed up, and I'm going to do this completely out of order like I normally do.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got Jacob Ashworth versus Aiden Wright, which is going to be a knockdown drag out.
Boss fight.
Right? I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
I'm blown away by the card, and especially because of the fact of the talent that's here. just the ability that we have with this card. It's insane. We've got a fatal 4-way, Michael Solar versus Tim Miller versus Marcus Adams versus AJ Black. We got the 605, and they're going to have Terry Lawler with them versus
Me,
Leatherface and Jerry.
Yeah, my co-host. Don't get hurt too bad, Jerry.
It's just, again,
long as he can talk, he's fine.
And from what I saw earlier, Hunter's calling out my champ. We'll see how that ends up.
I mean, make it. Hey, you're the one that can make it official, man.
Hey, man, let's see what he says. He hasn't come up with his response yet, but if he does, I know exactly where I think
he can't. Well, he can't figure out yes or no, 5 letters.
No, talk for himself, Hunter. Come on, man.
Hold on.
I'm just
Hold on. He has to hit the play button.
Right.
That's kind of hard. Hold on. Sometimes you have to hit the play button, and it's just hard to do sometimes.
That's it.
I'm just saying.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, look, I hate to tell you, somebody that came from Appalachia, I'm just a wee bit controversial. So you knew what you were getting when you asked for me.
Hey, man, that's what we
controversial.
want.
Hollywood over there.
But like I said, it's going to be a stacked show, man. It's going to be tremendous. I don't think there's going to be another show that happens in the next month or so that's going to have the action that we're going to be able to put on for these families and these fans.
Yeah, and now that I know Jamie brought up, he's like, "You okay with bringing live commentary?" I'm like, "Gee, let's go ahead and throw it out there. Yeah, I'll do it."
Yeah, man.
So that'll be
It's
fun.
gonna
I
be
can't
wild.
wait to call
It's
the
going to
action,
enhance
man.
the
It's gonna
show
be
so
fun.
Everybody keep your language clean. It's a family here.
Yes, yeah, that would be the big thing.
Yes.
He's not the one you got to worry about. You're good.
Yeah. I'll do well. It's just I'll have to remind somebody, whoever is going to be my co-anchors. I'll have to look at him and go, "Don't you bury me? I'll throw you under the river." So don't make me look bad, boy.
Do you lift the river up
Keep your
first?
language clean.
You can find a way. There's a will. There's a way, and a tow truck.
What does a tow truck got to do with this?
Because we're not the smartest people in the bunch. That's what. All right. So
Speak for yourself.
well, it's I
I
do what I have to. I drank a fifth.
I'm gonna drink a fifth.
I'm staying out of this conversation.
During the weekdays, folks, Jerry's a clean boy. He does nothing wrong, and then on the weekends, he just becomes his wrestler self.
Devil came down to Georgia.
All I gotta say,
want to be over here?
All I gotta say, guys, is at least I know that when Jerry moves, I know y'all not going to be shocked to see his picture. Unlike the last co-host we had one time, Jerry moved and he goes, "What happened, boy? What were you thinking?" I told Ron, I was like, "Ron, Jerry," he goes, "But he don't need to do that to himself." He really was praying. He told me he was going to say a prayer for you that day.
I play with sharp shit. I'm sorry.
You do you,
right,
brother.
Guys,
you do you.
Oh yeah, exactly. And you're a good guy. Don't worry. Don't let it bother you. All right. So we are telling y'all 3:00 is the start time of the show. Are we stressing to come a little early to meet the talent, or how are we doing this?
Yes, we're stressing everybody to show early. The Game Central Station guys are going to have all their gaming stuff set up. I think by noon or 1:00, so they'll be able to have that stuff going. We will be having meet and greets with the talent before the show and during intermission. So yeah, we are strongly urging everybody to show up early. That also gives them time to check out the vendor tables, our silent auction, all the talent's gimmick tables. So it just gives us everybody the ability to get a little bit more exposure, and at least, if nothing else, get out and talk to those fans and those families and faculty members, and let them know that we feel for them and we're here for them.
Oh yeah, then look, that's all that matters really. That's we want to be a part of. So we will have that up front. People come on in. and we're going to try to be there early to just kind of set everything up, especially when you come with the sound. But
Hunter, don't you be crying on Sunday.
huh?
I said, Hunter, don't be crying on Sunday.
Shoot, look, I might be crying because I won't be able to watch my red zone. So I'm just saying, you've all really asked me to do a lot here.
Why would I cry?
Remember, we both graduated from the same school, but in 2 different years.
What's that got to do with me crying? Or did I cry?
I might cry. I don't know. I'm
You'll be
announcing.
well, I take that back. I might be the first one to start crying because I'm right down the road from them.
Hey, bro. Whatever emotions come out that day,
yeah,
don't matter.
we're gonna have fun. I mean, that's number one. We're gonna have fun with it, and then if we're gonna get emotional, we'll be fine because it's for them and giving them something, especially the day before they go back to the school. And I'm just glad we're not talking about like the actual event. We're not going to talk about what we thought, because you can have your views, and I'm not going to. I don't do that for them. But wrestling, how did you guys get into it? What made you want to do this? We'll start with Matt, and then I'm going to go around the horn here.
Yeah, start with a guy who's not really talent. I talk and make all the talent look good. No, I mean my thing speared all the way back to when I was a kid. This was wrestling was something that my grandfather and I watched Saturday mornings, and then my dad carried it over when we went overseas and got me all the tapes from the shopette whenever pay-per-views would happen, and I never let it go. Like it always has been my escape. And then I got to train a little bit. I got to learn that, and then I started managing. And then I started sponsoring shows, and then I started announcing. And I think I found my niche in announcing. I do that way better than I am anything else. But but yeah, no, it's just, dude, to be able to surround yourself with people who are just as passionate about this industry as you, that changes everything, man. Because those guys put as much into it as you do, and it makes every show, whether or not it be 5 people or 500 people, that much more incredible. And it gives those people that ability to have that escape. So that's absolutely why I'm in it, man. I just want to give back to the people that gave to me.
Awesome. What about you, Jay?
I mean, much like Matt, I grew up watching wrestling. What are you shaking your head about?
No, you're fine. You go ahead, and then we'll let Jay speak.
I thought you said Jerry. Sorry.
Jesus, look, learn your name.
Those are Jay.
You're old.
I am old. Too many
Jerry,
concussions.
you are old. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Jay can go ahead.
Jay, but
go ahead.
No, let the lone wolf go. Let the lone wolf go.
Much like Matt, I grew up watching wrestling. My brother started wrestling, and I would go into indie shows with him. He eventually taught me into being a ref. Did that for a year. Met a lot of people, Hunter being one of them. Baby Hunter being one of them.
My dad.
And then that year passed, and I kind of got that itch to wrestle, and I started wrestling, and I've been going ever since.
Hell yeah.
All right, go ahead, Jay.
Okay, so like the same way with the Lone Wolf. I started watching wrestling in like late 2004, getting to see Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, and then several years go by. I played all the wrestling video games, and it made me want to like be a wrestler one day. So I went looking around training areas, a little bit of PCW in me. Then Chris Del Rey and Jamie Holmes actually trained me, and they trained me still. I actually had fun, and I've got to go to a couple indie shows. One of them, I got to see Hunter James and Luca Daniels team up.
We don't talk about that. Take a step back. Take a step back.
Hold on, Men in Black.
I see somebody on SmackDown, and Hunter James actually inspired me to actually want to do wrestling. So I give props to Hunter James out here.
If that's true, then that is the coolest thing that I probably have heard. That is, that damn, you almost
I
left
mean,
me
the better than
almost left,
Curtis Samuel.
almost left Hunter James speechless. You should keep that feather in your cap. Almost.
No, almost.
I get to have the fun story of being third generation with grandparents running shows, dads, uncles, multiple uncles, cousins, and Jesus Christ, our family's full of wrestlers. And obviously,
You are.
I'm the only one that ended up on TV, so I'm the best one out of all of them. Sorry, guys. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry. But
No, there's no humble. You can brag. Don't be humble.
When have I ever been humble?
Right.
Exactly. I'm just saying. I'm just being a hype man.
Hey, I know what I've done.
Yeah,
but no, yeah, that's what she
The
said.
Meltzer told her.
But the fact of the matter is that I grew up in the wrestling business. I grew up in a ring. Jerry probably gave me a couple brain busters before I knew how to do a brain buster.
You gave me a couple of head scissors before you knew how to do a head scissor.
Well, yeah, when I'm like 4 years old. I don't even know what a head scissors is. I just know that
you were giving stiff shots to everyone in the ring at the time, so it was hilarious. Some of the best matches we saw was Hoss and you.
Oh Jesus! Before the show, oh Jesus! Yeah, that's when Dad told me that if I started wrestling before I graduated college, that he'd kill me. And I got that text message in the middle of Appalachian High School in class, and he's like, "You are wrestling? What in the world are you doing?" He goes, "I swear, if you get hurt, you can get out of my life. You can do that." Like, he blew up. And,
I remember.
For some reason, he got mad at every wrestler but Jerry.
But me. And I was his first match.
And
he was mad at me.
And
mad at my brother.
But no, so I have this addictive personality to wrestling. Every ounce, every being of it, whether it's the look of it, the athleticism, the storytelling. Everybody goes with their cliches on which side they like. I like it all. I'm a dramatic person, if you will. I like causing a little bit of drama. I don't like being in the drama, but I like being a little bit of dramatic, a little controversial. And I know I'm damn good at what I do. And if it wasn't for, Appalachian High School as a whole, I wouldn't have done dual enrollment. I wouldn't have done work-based learning, and I wouldn't have had the time to get to training. I wouldn't have had time to BS and go to wrestling shows. I skipped prom and wrestled for Southern Fried and won tag titles. I asked my teacher to prom, and it's still, and I skipped out on it just to go win some tag titles. Yes, that's Hollywood for you.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome, actually. When we do a dark side of the ring, we'll have to recreate that one.
Oh, Jesus, my dark side of the ring.
Look, don't forget the middle of nowhere skipping at midnight.
Hey, whoa. That wasn't at midnight. Midnight was when I tried to walk into a sex shop.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, Lord.
I was talking about the middle of nowhere sex shop. I wasn't talking about Little Rock.
I'm talking about both. I want it all.
Oh. Oh my God. This is gonna be fun. I cannot wait for this Sunday. I will tell you, I'm the same way when it came to wrestling. I was like 9 years old and I saw WrestleMania 3 and I was hooked, and I was watching wrestling ever since. Wrestling was on TV when I was a kid, so it's like I enjoyed the TBS era. I enjoyed the WWE era. So all those things, man, I would watch, and even when I was getting older, I still watched, and would always welcome anybody to come over and watch wrestling with me. So I love it. To me, it's like one of those art forms that just can't. It doesn't get old for me. But who are all right, so we'll just go around the horn. Who are like the inspirations? Who are guys that you've watched and you wanted to, I'm not going to say become like, but just, hey, look, I'm going to steal this. I'll steal that, because that's what we do. But who are the guys that we really what got you hooked into this business? For you, Matt, we'll let you start.
Yeah, whose finish did you steal? Obviously, that would be Vince McMahon, ladies and gentlemen. That would be the Booker.
Man, left us speechless.
I'm telling you. I didn't know I was supposed to go first. You guys broke up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When
I threw it to you. My bad.
I wanted to be like Eddie. Yeah, it's all good. But really, I always found a really weird connection with the villain, the guy who cheats. You know, who they always have a tattered background. They always have a reason why they are the way they are. And so those guys drew me in way more than your white meat baby face. Sorry. Yeah, Hunter's right. Like Vince was the guy I really honed in on. You know, what better way to be a terrible manager than to emulate the biggest bag of shit, right?
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm the smartest man that ever lived. I'm just saying that I guessed that, and I'm the smartest man that ever lived.
Just saying, right, Hunter? Just saying.
I'm not just saying. It's a pure blown fact in the dictionary.
Wow, I just looked it up. Damn, that's true.
The fact that you believed it was whoever just agreed with that statement, facts are not in the dictionary. I'm just saying.
You don't know what I'm looking at.
That would be definitions. Thank you.
You're looking at a page.
I'm sorry, I might have been looking at a Shannon Sharp Instagram live. You know. Chill.
Oh. Oh. Jesus Christ.
All right. So what about you, Jay?
Okay, I started looking at trying to emulate a little bit of the late great Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt, and a little bit of Triple H. Well, Paul Triple H Levesque. Hopefully, I'm saying his last name right. Because Triple H
actually,
that type of swagger, the way he dressed, the way he performed in the ring, and yes, I still watch his matches till this day, especially his promo skills. Nobody cannot top him on the mic. I might hear different, Hunter.
I'm the game.
Do not pull Dwayne Johnson. Do not pull him. No, no.
Why, you smell what The Rock is cooking?
I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people.
You remind me a little bit of Ricky Starks over there. A little bit. Yes, you, Hunter.
Well, let's just say Ricky Starr's a good friend, and Mr. Absolute is a good friend of Hollywood.
I knew that was coming.
Hey, the revolution is televised, baby.
It
will be.
Ricky Stark. Mm-hmm.
I do too.
All right.
Good people.
All right. What
Even
about
though it was an AEW's event, I did not get the chance to see him in person.
All right.
And that pyro was loud.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah. Trust me, I remember hearing it. What about you there, Hunter?
I think everybody can kind of guess the first one. It's Shawn Michaels. So the go figure there. Talked about somebody.
Hold on. What, is it religious Sean or was it DX Sean?
That's a good question.
All
There's
Sean,
a couple of Seans.
It's a sprinkle of everything.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. I mean, some shows the finishes irritate me to the absolute fullest. Where 97 Sean is cooking, and I mean,
right, cool.
More realistically, even more like 96 Sean is cooking. But then there's some shows that just really love me, and it's WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania 12. I just got through the Iron Man match, and the people love me. What can I say? And and Anaheim is loud. But then you put me around certain people, and I just kick Stan. I super kicking, and Sean's happy. But besides Sean, I think it's obvious. Mr. Perfect's another, I think, pretty obvious one. I do not give credit enough to Austin Aries. I think I've stolen all of his moves. But
And they're doing better than him.
yeah.
It's not hard.
Chris Candido is another big one that I think I overlook on how much I steal from him. AJ Styles, obviously, if you've ever seen me do the style and DDT, plus just being in Georgia is kind of, fun to hear it on TNA, which is one of my first memories of wrestling, and hearing, from Gainesville, Georgia, and actually go, oh, I know where that is. Well, at least at 4 years old, I thought I knew it. And then now at 21, I'm thinking, oh, I really know where it is. And I really don't want to go to Gainesville.
Damn.
But those would probably be my like top five. And I'm sure they're interchangeable. There's always going to be interchangeable people. But if I have to give credit to five, honorable mention, obviously, Dolph Ziggler is another huge one I watch. Nick Nemeth, whatever you want to call him. I call him my Motley Crue buddy, if you will. And we listen to Motley Crue and have fun.
Cool. All right, Jerry, go ahead. Say the Young Bucks. We know, you're a mark for them.
Shawn Michaels, Jeff Hardy, the Young Bucks. Who else does a super kick? Who does
No,
super kicks and swan
look,
bombs?
you only got like two of those right.
I only named three. 2 for 3 ain't bad. Joke's on you, asshole.
Obviously, my early career, it was the Hardys and Shannon Moore.
Oh, who would have thought that one?
Shut up, Shawn Michaels was, one. Now, when it comes to like selling, RVD. I'm not good on a mic, so we're not even going to go there.
You do a podcast.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know.
Look, surprisingly, he's actually pretty good at it.
Look, but Hardy's, Shannon Moore.
Y'all need someone to draw some women in here, all right? I'm just saying.
Well, we do. The Hardys, Shannon Moore, Shawn Michaels. Now, if we're talking more like hardcore style, Terry Funk, Cactus Jack, those would be probably about my top five.
Oh man, I didn't know we were going to do top fives. I just thought guys that made you go, got you hooked on it. But real quick, Hunter, if you actually want to be more a part of these podcasts, we'll love to have you, especially between you and Jerry right now. This has been hilarious.
Well, yeah, Jerry'd be out of job in about 2 minutes.
Well, look, I don't get paid for this shit. Take it.
I'm not paying any. We don't get paid for nothing. We just do this.
Jerry, you got it.
It's a labor of love, man.
Yeah, bro. Hold on. We got to get to the point where they want to pay us. So, honestly, for me, it's like my top five has been like the greats, where you go Terry Funk, just because of just the way he is and his lineage. Dusty Rhodes for me, Ric Flair, and then one guy that I loved always listening, talk, and actually work was Arn Anderson. And then in WWF, man, I got involved. I liked the characters that they came up with. Like the Ultimate Warrior was my guy for a long time, even though he would leave half the time. But, the thing is, it's just he left that lasting mark. I couldn't stand Hogan. I really couldn't. Macho Man was always hilarious. I loved Macho Man. And not only that, I always thought Macho Man was a better worker than Hogan. So, that's just my thoughts.
Well, I don't think anybody that disagrees with that is, well, I'll leave it at that.
little brain
Yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised nobody didn't say Sting in that whole group.
Well, Sting was also there, but it's like when you start bringing all these names out, you kind of go, well, there's this guy. But yeah, as a fan favorite and someone that you rooted for, if you ever want to make a successful babyface, it was Sting. He had the fade, he had the paint, he had the music, the crowd loved him. And then it's like when he went into that adjustment period where he became the Crow, it just took off to another level. And I mean, you got to thank Scott Hall for that, because he's the one that came up with the idea. So, and that really looked good for him too. And really took off. Man, I was about to ask about what is Nerd You wrestling, but Matt moved. So we'll get him back. So guys,
put it this way.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I was just gonna talk until he got back. I mean, I could talk for hours and hours and hours, but if you got something to say,
No, I was just going to ask. What are matches? Oh, okay. Here we go. We got Matt.
Sorry.
Matt, I was going to
Yes.
ask. You said about Nerd View. Go ahead and tell everyone if that are not familiar with Nerd View. That probably would be what's Nerd View Wrestling?
Well, Nerd U off for my comic book shop 1 year anniversary. We wanted to do something big when we first opened. Our grand opening, we had a wrestling show right around the corner from my shop. And when it came around to our 1 year anniversary, a lot of my regulars were like, "Well, are you going to do a wrestling show again?" And I was like, "Well, I didn't think about it, but yeah, why not?" And so we decided to get that built. And once that happened, we decided that we didn't really want it to be a one-off thing. So we created Nerd U Championship Wrestling. And it's kind of meant to be, if nothing else, it's meant to be my love letter to professional wrestling. It's everything that I want. I want to be able to offer fans and what I think fans want to be able to see. I want to be able to be the alternative. If you don't want to see the same old matches, we'll definitely have something that's completely off the wall or something totally different. So
cool.
But
Awesome.
Based out of Commerce.
All right, guys. Okay.
All
right, cool. Because I was I was just about to ask because I was like, cool. So I know you have a Facebook link or a Facebook link to it, or a page dedicated to it. So what we'll do is when this link is going to be, I'll send you a share link and you can put down so you can share it off the rest of the Nerd View page, and we can get that out there too. And guys, I guess we'll just start. Finish out with this. What are your matches that really for you in wrestling? Is it the story? Is it just the match itself? Is it just what gets you hooked in a storyline or just in a match itself? And it could be TV, it could be just seeing a show. What is it about wrestling that gets you going?
Well, I know for me, and I know that there's no answer to that. I don't think anybody can answer that fully because anybody that says one thing pops for something else every single time, and I'm tired of hearing it. Sometimes a match is just really freaking good, and they've got good chemistry, and the moves are just put in the right places, and wrestling is wrestling. And sometimes it can be the most terrible match in the world, but it has a fantastic story. So for some reason, we put up with The Rock doing the shitty stomps. So guess what? My answer is make me invested. I don't care. There's nothing that gets me. Just invest me. If I'm not invested, I'm not watching.
Damn.
It's
I love you,
simple.
I'm the same way, but
yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't know why we let Hunter talk first.
He just killed the whole show.
I know.
Thanks, Hunter.
You just, it's like, thanks, Hunter. Forgot to hit it out of the ballpark. You just off the direction it went. So,
oh shit! It went through the grandma's house again.
Oh my god! If she starts coming out in her bathrobe again, I swear, Hunter. That pillow ain't gonna protect you. All right. So we've been talking about the show. Any final thoughts about, because we'll also discuss wrestling also. We discussed AEW and WWE. So wanted to kind of put the focal point on this show first, though. For you guys, again, it's on September 22nd, 3 p.m. Obviously, you can show up early. Bring chairs, come on out, have fun. There's going to be vendors. There'll be game stations set up. So Matt, go ahead. Let's do a final plug for this stuff.
Again, everybody, please come out, show your support, show your love. Again, we're all doing this. This is just a labor of love. We want to show as much support and provide as much as we can for these families and Appalachia High. Slam Pack show at Edged Events, 138 Park Avenue, Suite 100 in Winder, Georgia. 3 o'clock bell time. Like was already said, Make sure you're there early. We're going to have a bunch of meet and greets, Smash Brothers tournaments. We'll have food there, vendors. It's going to be probably one of the best times you can have in Georgia independent wrestling.
Awesome. All right, and we'll let Jay speak, and then Hunter will wrap up on this one.
Yeah, this is my hometown. Please, we're doing this because we love our community. We want y'all to come out, have fun. Like Matt said, there's gonna be amazing vendors. Uh, a Smash Brothers tournament, which I grew up playing that a long time ago with my little sister. So basically, we want y'all to have fun. Come out, show your support.
Awesome. Go ahead, Hunter.
I'm cooking over here, all right?
Here we go.
Sunday. Come out to Appalachia High School. Come see Appalachia alum, like plenty on the show are. Come watch some of the best wrestlers in the state of Georgia and from out of state. Come do a great cause. But hide your wives, hide your kids, hide your girlfriends especially, because Hollywood's rolling into town. And if you want to see the most athletic, good-looking, and damn good professional wrestling in the world, well, Hollywood has arrived, and that's Hollywood out.
All right. Well, okay.
It turned into a cutting edge show right there for a second.
I know. I was about to just say, dude, you were good. We were just gonna let you stay so we could talk WWE, but it's all good. All right. So guys, look, we're gonna start talking. If you would like to stay, you guys are more likely to stay to be a part of the panel. But if you'd like to bow out, I totally understand. But me and Jerry are gonna go over Monday Night Raw and also what happened with AEW, and just give our 2 cents worth. It's up to y'all. So whoever stays, you're in it. Because I know, Jay, you hanged with us last time, so you can still stay with us. So you're good. And like I said, I don't know what everyone else's plans are, so I wanted to be respectful of that too.
Gentlemen, I do have to bow out. Thank you so much for having me as a part of this. Jay, Hunter, Jerry, guys, thank y'all so much again for being involved. Chris, thank you for doing so much for us on this show. Guys, have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys on Sunday.
No problem.
I am gonna
appreciate you.
I am bowing out as well. I do have to go doodle hunting, if you will. I gotta.
Yeah, now I gotta head out to the training. I gotta be on the road to training, so I'll see y'all on Sunday.
No, totally fine. We'll see you Sunday, man. It's all good. So you're good to go.
Hunter James kind of black screened on us.
Yeah, I got you. So it's all good. Hunter should be fine. If you have to go, you go. It's all good. We got you. All right, man. Talk about some colorful characters that we had there. I really can't wait to see how they are when they get out of their shell.
Yeah, well, it's Hunter's. That was Hunter, anyways.
Yeah. Hello, we know Hunter. That's the thing. So, but all right, guys. So we're not going to be too long because, I know with everything going on, we try to, do what we can. But I wanted to still talk about what we saw on AEW and WWE. And all right, Jerry, I need your help. So, didn't AEW, when they first started out, say they were focused about tag teams?
Yes.
Okay. And then they do a gimmick battle royal, the Casino Battle Royal.
Yeah.
A tag team.
Battle Royal, yeah.
Yeah, and a tag team that wasn't even a tag team shows up. Will Ospreay and Kyle, though they were a part of that faction, but they were never like team before.
Not in AEW, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not upset that the Outrunners didn't win, although I kind of like their look. They really remind me of the old school 80s guys, but
yeah.
And not only that, they're the only ones that got a pop. But okay, at least we didn't get FTR and Young Bucks 50.
Yeah.
So, and they just do all the matches: the ladder match, dog collar, four corners of doom match,
all at once.
Yeah. And if Dax loses, he can't say he loves his wife or kid. Something like that. So it's like this. I don't like a gimmick stuff when you're doing it too much. Like they
Right.
did this Casino Battle Royal five, I want to say 4 or 5 times in the last 5 months.
Yeah.
And yeah, and
Well,
it's like,
there'll probably be another one at All In or
yeah,
All Out,
or yeah,
whatever's next.
oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. Then, all right. So you watched All Out, or you saw All Out, or
I
saw
saw
what happened.
clips, yeah.
Moxley, yeah, you saw Moxley try to kill Daniel Bryan,
Right.
and or Brian Danielson. I can't remember how to ever say this guy's name. But anyway, you know, so he tries to murder him. All right, I get it. You know, people don't like the murder, but you know, it is what it is. You know, instead of just telling your friend you just don't, he's out of the club, you just got to suffocate him.
Yeah,
But anyway,
well, I mean,
you know, I mean, look, I get it. Hallmark cards are hell, but you know,
they're
but
expensive.
yeah, they are. And trust me, if you work at Hallmark, anyway, and I guess they'll never be a sponsor. So my problem was this: I liked the spot where he did what they did. Okay, where they took him out.
Yeah.
Then he gets to talk to Darby, and you know he says, "Brian is indisposed. Give me your shot." And I'm going, okay. I'm not even going to lie. I am actually invested with Moxley. I am
Yeah.
intrigued of what he's doing.
I'm interested too.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yes.
it's Shane, but I'm not ruling it out. But it's like I want to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
All right. So Mox said he's indisposed, and Darby, you know, not the smartest baby face. He definitely learned that from the Sting's playbook, because Sting used to be the most gullible man in the world. Darby goes, "Well, I'll wrestle you." It's like, oh God, Darby, you're an idiot. All right, yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah, exactly. Well, and then Darby's like, "I get to die." It's like sometimes
Yeah.
I bet you the villain's like, "We're trying to make it easy on you, and you
Yeah.
trying to kill yourself." All right, so here's my problem. Then Nigel McGuinness shows up, and then pulls the contract out and says he's going to wrestle the man that's indisposed at
Right.
the same show at Grand Slam. Oh, the same show that Darby and Mox are wrestling in. What's the logic?
It's kind of hard.
Besides
Yeah,
ticket
I
sales.
mean, unless Brian, because Grand Slam's tonight or next week.
Next week. It's the 25th.
Next week.
Yeah.
So unless he comes back tonight or Friday or Saturday, I don't know how they're going to do this because
Well, and not
he's just
just
going
that,
to show
but
up for a match.
Exactly. Is he going to just show up and not look for Moxley? It's like, oh, hey, dude, you try to kill me. We're all good.
Yeah,
I got to get a
yeah.
hold of Nigel.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like sometimes I like their booking, and sometimes it does make a little sense.
Yeah,
This doesn't make sense.
Look, it's like I was so invested in the whole Moxley thing, and I'm just going, man, this is really good. And then when Nigel comes out, I'm like, okay, what's he doing? And then he's talking, and I'm going, but wait a minute, why are we booking the champ?
I mean, even the thing with Mox and Darby, I didn't even know Darby had a title shot.
Well, I remember because he won it. It was after the Blood and Guts, and they did a battle royal, and Darby won the battle royal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how he got the title shot, and I was like, okay, if I got to jump through that loophole, I could see, that is fair, I just want him to get rid of that damn pink jacket right now because that's just annoying the hell out of me.
Yeah, he wore that thing last week here in town too.
It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, stop wearing it. Oh God, I hate it. It's
goth style gimmick, and you're wearing a fluffy pink jacket.
Thank you. It's like I am okay with Darby Allin. I like his style. I like the rest.
Pink
I like
is
the
not
music.
goth.
But when you're coming out with a pink, fluffy, furry jacket, Hunter could probably pull it off.
Yeah.
Darby ain't pulling it off.
No.
I mean, that's like asking Hoss to come. Well, no, we're not going to do that because Hoss, tried that one time, and as I like to say, that was a really bad stage in his life. He should never try to be a pretty boy. So look, it's a little trick of the trade. If somebody looks at you and says, "Look, don't ever be a pretty boy," they're telling you because you butt ugly, and we mean it from the bottom of our hearts.
Yep.
I mean, it's just it is what it is. You want people to believe in you. That's how we try to help you. Oh my God! But yeah, Darby in that pick. God damn it, goofy. But that, it's like I'm trying to give AEW the benefit of the doubt,
Right.
and then you do this kind of stuff, and it just makes you so frustrated watching it. So look, I know tonight they got a show. And I can't watch Collision. I just can't because I'm either watching football or I'm busy.
If I'm home and I ain't got nothing to do, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
but I don't make a point to watch it.
But apparently, they are now trying to get a Chinese girl, Yusaka or something. Yuki. I mean, I forgot. It's the chick that got her tooth broken by Britt Baker.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only way I remembered her by. And they're trying to get her a match with Mariah. If they're not careful, they are going to make Mariah.
They're gonna kill all their talent.
Yeah, I mean, you have a Jamie Hayter, you have some really good talent.
Well, she worked the princess chick 2 weeks in a row, back to back in 2 weeks, and beat her both times.
Yeah,
and then beat the shit out of her at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Queen
and
Nominata.
then she's talking about bringing the chick from Japan back to be with her that she was in a tag team with over there that came over for a little bit and did the angle with her and Tony. Yeah. Why? Why bring her in?
I mean,
it doesn't fit your gimmick. It's pointless.
Yeah. And that's what drives me nuts when they always say we're the best wrestle, what they can do.
It's just like WCW saying this is where the big boys play.
Yeah.
Their big boys were old ass people that needed injections to wrestle.
Yep.
AKA Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. And not just that, but now look at it what you're doing. Mox, Brian, and if you bring in Bobby Lashley,
from the way I'm thinking this angle is going, is this going to be a WWE versus AEW?
Yeah, I am too.
Angle.
I feel it. I feel like that's what
which they kind of already did.
Almost. Problem.
Well,
they let the Young Bucks. Yeah, they let the Young Bucks.
They did it with the girls. They did it with Saraya. Ruby.
But they never went through with it.
Right.
They
started it, but it didn't.
They never went fully immersed into it where they, you never got to see Britt, Thunder Rosa, and Jade Cargill working together. And now we know maybe because Britt has attitude with everyone, or now Mercedes got. All I gotta say is this. Congratulations on getting your deal whenever this deal does come out, because apparently it's at the 1 yard line. It's been in the 1 yard line for the last 3 weeks, apparently. But it's supposed to be like 200 million or 170 million to 200 million a year. They're supposed to be getting in a 4-year deal with Warner Brothers. And they also are supposed to be getting a show with Fox. But now that may be Fox FS. Hold on. That may be Fox FS. It's not going to be the major network because
but we know how that's going to go.
Blacked out.
Well, 90% of their stuff's not going to be able to be aired.
I mean, hold on. Just throw Mox out there. He'll just be blacked out the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. Like 90% of their promos, their matches, all of it is just going to be blacked.
Especially MJF.
Yeah. They're not going to be able to bleed.
Yep.
They're going to lose their bleeding.
Yep. It's like this. I want them to improve.
Oh, I
because
do too.
the more you improve, the more guys get paid. Guys like Hunter or all the indie guys, when they are able to
Yeah.
go to different brands, there's actually a viable place for them. So I'm okay
Well,
with that.
well, I
You
said
know,
this when AEW started, and everybody was shitting
yeah,
on it. And
hmm
I said it with TNA when TNA had their rough time. It is good to have another place to go.
yeah,
It's good to have competition, whether it's good competition or shitty competition. It's still competition. They're
yeah,
still on a
exactly.
major network making money and paying these guys
Yeah,
multi-figure contracts. So they're competition, whether you think they're not or they are.
yeah,
Whether they're selling out arenas or
hmm
whether they're blacking out half the fucking seats, they're still competition.
yeah. And I'm with you. You need competition to build your shows. You need the fans to be a part of it. Um, so with that being said, I hope the shows get better. Um, like I said, the mock stuff I'm into, but man, when you did this Daniel Bryant versus
Yeah,
Nigel, and I get it, it's a dream match for
I
Nigel.
want to see it. Don't get me wrong, I want to see
Oh
it.
no, no, exactly, exactly. Like
But
Hunter said,
I'm with you. I don't see the point.
yeah, it's like what Hunter said. Just get me invested. Well,
Yeah.
look, match wise, if I walked in and I saw this match on a card, yeah, I want to see this. Especially knowing Nigel, who hasn't been
Mhm.
wrestling. Yeah, I want to see that. Now, here we are. We're in a situation where we're still watching, but we're just kind of going, well, what's the point? And
Yeah.
that's where it gets bad. But I think, and like I said, I just find it interesting, if we see Bryant,
Yeah.
does it feel like he's kind of being stupid if he just shows up to address Nigel but doesn't say nothing or goes after
About
Mox.
Mox
Yeah,
or any of them. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And I think that will be stupid if they don't at least acknowledge it.
yeah. They got to do something, or at least
Whether it's them circling him and then Brian getting saved by Nigel and somebody else or what, they've
or
got to acknowledge it somehow.
pink puppy pillow. You get
Yeah.
yeah. You just he shows up in the coat. Um,
Comes riding down on a skateboard.
he just cracks me up when you see him. All right. Well, look, we had SmackDown, the debut. I know people did not like Megan the Stallion.
I
I
missed that,
guess,
thank God.
yeah, it was not okay. Look, I don't mind rap. I don't. I don't. I
I
love all
don't
kinds of
either.
music. Yeah, yeah. Me and Jerry, we kind of it's.
Wait,
But I do understand when people. Yeah,
let
go
me
ahead. Go ahead.
reiterate that. I don't mind older rap that you can understand. I don't like this new crap.
Yep. I don't either. But let's talk about the cage match. We even had color. Now,
Yes, we
sorry,
did.
folks. Hold on. Sorry, folks. There was no cinder blocks and there was no syringes. But I will
No, there
say
was
this:
not.
SmackDown, we have a star. His name is Ricky. We don't know his others' names, but man, that ball, hairy chested man.
One of them's got to be Chewbacca or something because that man, he needed a wax job. I don't even think trimmers would have took care of that.
I don't. It would get binded up with all that hair. Oh my God, it was just everywhere.
Yeah,
So I guess but no. Let's talk about the cage match. I thought, obviously, watching it, I want to say I thought
that
that was actually
yeah
Solo's best match. What did you think?
yeah no, that's what I was to say. That was one of Solo's better matches. I actually enjoyed that cage match. The blood caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting it, and at first I thought it was gimmick. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think it was a legit blade job. I thought it was a gimmick until you got a good shot of his forehead. You could see, but it it was just enough blood to make you want more,
Mm-hmm.
but not too much to where okay they're gonna get fined for this. Like that's not good. And another reason I'm kind of glad they went back to USA, because I know that's why they did it. It was their first show on USA. They were trying to get some good ratings. Hats off. You got the ratings. I mean, to me, I think you got the ratings. And then everything that happened at the end with Roman, and you see that awkward stand.
Yes. It was the whole. I mean, I love the cage entrance. I love him going into it and everything. Like, yeah, I don't care. I'm about to bust everyone.
Yeah.
And then Cody helping him, and then it was that awkward look, but then you're like, okay, so we're going to go back to this somehow.
Yeah.
Look, the show was the show. Nia announced she'll have a title match.
Wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible. Here's my thing. You know how it is. I'm going to challenge you in a tag team match. Okay. If you win, the winner of the pinfall is number one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That kind of confused me, and then I sat here and thought about it. I was like, okay, I get what she's saying now, but I know to somebody that's not in the business, they're going to look at that and be like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Like, we were both looking at each other, or it's like when I heard it, I went, oh, God, there's going to be so many confused dog faces on this one. Andrade and Carmelo are still tearing it down, but we're going to see Andrade versus LA Knight. And here's the crazy part. I mean, LA Knight can give you a good match, but Andrade's is going to carry him into a better one.
Oh, yeah. And that's not the shit on LA Knight. I mean, he's a wonderful worker and a hell of a talker.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
But
and look,
I agree. I think Andrade is going to push him and carry him to that next level of match.
Andrade is really becoming that workhorse you could depend on. And I mean, it really is good.
He is the Shawn Michaels of this era as far as a workhorse.
All right. Well, let's talk about this guy, the superstar of the night. Kevin Owens needed a tag partner. Now, as he said, it wasn't his first choice, but apparently,
or second, or third,
but Ricky, or AKA the Peter of this the relationship, he comes in and as right before the match is about to start, the producer says he's here, and Kevin's like, Reggie, get over here, and stuns him. And I'm just like cracking up, and Randy comes on. And here's the other thing. So if Randy just showed up, you're telling me Randy just drove in his gear?
Right.
He just parked and he's just like, all right, guys, I'm ready to go. I'm oiled up.
As he's driving down the street, he's putting his tights on, oiling up. Yeah.
I mean, he's only.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen guys get dressed as they're driving get dressed in their gear, but that is not an easy thing to do when you're driving.
Yeah, exactly, and put the boots on and everything. But look, I mean, he was spry. He moved quickly, and the vignettes though of
and he apologized to Ricky. He apologized to Ricky. That's all that matters.
And what's beautiful. Not just that, but we got to see Randy Orton invite him to like the trailer, so that was even better. So and also, what's up, Ron? And that was fire. Yeah, I totally lagged down on the comments. That was my bad. But yeah, so we go to Raw, and CM Punk was not pandering this time.
CM Punk was not happy.
CM Punk was laying the law. What did you think about that?
I think the way he started off the promo, I was kind of because he was saying he doesn't have another Hell in a Cell in him, and for a minute there I thought that he was going to back out of the match, which I should have known better. But I like the whole angle that he put with it, and calling himself the devil and all this other stuff. And again, I stated this last week or the week before This is his second Hell in a Cell match in Atlanta.
Yep.
He won the first one.
Yep. Mm-hmm. He's probably going to win this one. I'm just saying.
I just hope the cage isn't red this time and you can actually see it and see through it.
The cage cannot be red. Please, Jesus, don't do that. All right.
That shit that's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. So, and the other thing I caught in that was that he said he's going to make McIntyre bleed.
Right.
And as a babyface, you don't usually make those predictions unless you know you're going to do it. So,
right. I'm interested to see how this turns out.
Me too. This is I wish we were going to be home and I could have everyone over to watch, because this would be one of those you want to watch it.
Right.
All right. Backstage. So Priest and Rhea are talking. New Day show up to say, hey, let us win it like men, I guess. That's what
essentially.
Xavier, And Priest was cool with it, said, go get the belts off them. Cool.
Little did they know.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Hold on. I hate when some of the websites I'm on.
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't really do it right here. I'm trying to. All right, so we had we had Sheamus versus Butch.
Pete Dunne.
Yeah, or Pete Dunne. Sorry, Butch. Sorry, Pete. Used the cricket bat, and here's the funny part.
Yeah.
That was the awkward cricket bat use I ever saw.
Those things are hard to swing to begin with because they're awkward.
Yeah.
Because they're curved.
Yeah, and I get why you're doing it, kind of.
Right. England versus Irish, I get it too, but yeah, that's an awkward thing to use to begin with. Every time they've used one of those, it's been awkward.
Yeah. All right, we're going to talk about awkward. Natalya versus Zoe Starks.
I think I skipped through that match because
I did too, because that was the the schoolboy roll-up challenge. So Braun Breaker versus Uso. We're going to get it next week for the title.
That fucking spear.
Oh, both spears that they did.
Yeah, but Jay's, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Jay, oh my man, that was great. Jay,
he hit him going full, and he was going full speed when he hit him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, man, I'm loving what they're doing there. All right, World Tag Team title match. So Zay wanted to win it the right way.
Fair.
Well, apparently Kofi.
That's a team.
Apparently Kofi did not get the memo, because Kofi brought in the LWO, the Jobber World Order. Because if Ray's not there, they're the Jobber World Order. And they lost. And they went off. So I'm going to let you speak. I'm going to let you speak, but I got to run real quick to do something. I'll be right back. But I'm going to need you to fill some time, so I'll be right back.
Okay. So, like you said, Kofi and Zay worked Judgment Day. They were trying to win the tag titles from them for the God knows how many times they've won the tag titles. Earlier in the night, Xavier went to Priest and Rhea, said, we want to do this on our own as men. If you can, let us do this. Stay back here. Don't get involved. Judgment Day or Terra Twins agreed. Cool, no problem. Do your thing. Well, in the match, Dominic, Carlito, and Liv come out, and they get involved. Then the LWO come out, they get involved, and cost them the match, essentially, because the refs outside the ring paying attention to them, while Xavier's in the middle of pinning, I believe it was JD.
It was JD.
It was JD, yeah. They were in the middle of pinning JD. Ref didn't get in to make the count. Xavier flipped out. They rolled up Xavier or something. All that good shit. And then 1, 2, 3, Xavier freaks out on Kofi. Kofi helps him up. He shoves Kofi. Spit back and forth, blah 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 blah. So yeah, there's some tension between Xavier and Kofi. I think they're still trying to push the split up angle, even
Yeah.
without Odyssey. Because not long after that match, they cut to the backstage promo with them, to where they kind of went at it a little bit vocally. Saying we didn't have this problem because we had Big E, and Xavier kind of took that to heart, saying he's not good enough. Kofi felt that Kofi was saying he's not good enough, that he can't help out, essentially. So
yeah.
I get it. I feel Zay. I'm kind of ready for them to split. Anyways, I've been ready for them to split. I liked the New Day gimmick when it was fresh and all that good shit, but without E, it's not the same, to me at least, without E. Which, I mean, you don't even have his voice at the beginning of their entrance music anymore. At least not that I've heard.
Yeah, that has been very hard to watch and listen. Is they have really taken away Big E, but yet they have brought him up a lot.
Yeah.
And so
they bring his name up a lot.
Yeah. So in November, it's supposed to mark the 10-year anniversary of New Day.
Right.
I think we're going to keep getting these teases till then.
Yeah, I could see that.
And it's like this. This is where I wish Odyssey Jones didn't do his stuff, because I really was interested to see where this was going to go.
Me too.
And that's where, it's sad, because guy hadn't been around, and we would make jokes. He gets a moment, and it's like, not just a moment, you actually fit with
you're in a major storyline right now.
Yeah. So, we don't know exactly what happened or what's alleged, but either way, he's lost his job. So there's not like him coming back.
No,
so
he's gone.
Yeah. So you have to pivot, and they did. Now the question is, it's like this. Do we I can see Zay go on a run by himself for a bit.
Oh yeah.
And maybe come back, but yet you're right about how New Day just doesn't feel the same. And that
they're not. I don't think they are either.
Yeah. And that's why I look at that and I just go, man. All right. So, folks, I got to go here. This match was awesome. And it was the Monsters. You know what? They're going to end up taking the Monsters ball from TNA, because this match. So far, we've seen Bronson and Braun Strowman get in a match, and they never finished the match. But my God, it's like the most wildest match by the end of the night.
Right.
What did you think about this match, man?
Yeah, that was. I mean, I wouldn't even really call it a match. That was just a fucking fight.
Yeah, exactly.
They destroyed just about everything they came in contact with. Yeah. What's up, Ladarius?
Hey. No problem, Ladarius. Much love to you. I am indisposed. I don't want to be on the camera just yet. But but this match was crazy. Oh my God.
It really was.
And by the way, Ladarius, we got our prayers for you, and we're thinking about you. So, we want to make sure you and your family are doing well. But yeah, I got to tell you, this match, I mean, so we get the battle, or we get the fight from, hold on, just make sure I got this right here. Okay, cool. I didn't mute the thing. Good. All right. So we got the match, and we get the rope coming off first.
Yeah, that was
That and actually, I was like, all right, someone's got to say, that's Bronson Reed. He likes doing the tsunami. But before I could even get the thought out of my head, Homeboy throws some MFer onto Braun Strowman.
Yeah, just grabs a random plant out of the crowd and yanks his ass.
Homeboy looked like a rag doll. I mean, all I had was Aerosmith in my head going, rag doll, living in a bed.
Well, I've seen a video today, and this is why I guarantee you he was a plant.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody behind that person had it videoed. Homeboy was setting his feet and stepping up on the barricade.
He was like, okay, I'm ready.
He's like, I'm good. You can throw me now.
Is there any certain noise you like me to say?
Yeah, scream like that private party bitch.
And then the one part I thought was hilarious or also kind of tacky was when, after the splash through the table outside,
yeah,
was the wonderful part of, I'm going to throw you through a wall 5 minutes late or 5 seconds later. Oh, the toolboxes fell too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little, and it's always a wall that leads to nothing.
It almost looked like a freezer locker.
That's what I'm saying. It's always a wall that leads to nothing.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's why I was like, the way that happened, I was like,
because they did this shit on AEW with Samoa Joe and like drove him through a wall with a forklift, and it's just a fucking empty room with 2x4s bracing it. Like, come on, people!
Like, could y'all work this out better?
At least set up like a desk and a chair or something, like it's somebody's office.
Yeah. Oh, no. All right, give me a minute. About to get back here.
Like you don't even have to put a computer in there. Just buy a cheap ass desk, cheap ass rolling chair. Boom, you got an office. You don't even need a door.
Tell me about it. So, and like I said, it's just one of those.
In the quotes of the great Shane Helms, what's up with
that? It'd been better if like they went down through the thing and everything, and Shane Helms popped up. Went, what's up with that? That would have been great. I would have died.
Oh, I would have died. Yeah,
that would have been like, oh, thank you. Don't never take yourself seriously, sir.
He doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
But tracking back to the Monster Ball thing, I mean, honestly, the guy that created it works for them, so it's possible.
Why not? I would do it. Or come up with something similar to it.
Abyss posted something on Twitter a while back, and it was something asking about something. And I, me being me, of course, commented on it and say it, and I was like, "We need an Abyss appearance at WrestleMania or Royal Rumble." You know how badass that would be?
That would be very badass
to see the monster Abyss in the Rumble coming face to face with somebody like Oba or Braun. Somebody jacked.
I would love that. Now you're just making me like envy because it's like that would be freaking cool. I mean, just to have Abyss out there.
Or hell, even better, him and AJ coming face to face in a WWE ring.
Oh, he's going over though. We're not letting AJ go. No. AJ's going to pass.
Yeah, Abyss is going over.
Oh, yeah, exactly. All right.
Just the mental image of Abyss and AJ Styles in a WWE ring.
I mean, I love the idea. I really do. I love it. That would be awesome. We can't have Samoa Joe Daniels in
Right.
AJ in one match again. All right, so after that we had Sami Zayn begging for a title match, and trying. Look, Sami Zayn needs to stop this. I get that's his gimmick, but Sammy tries to turn friends against each other. Sammy's the problem here. Sammy just isn't happy that he has friends. He has to destroy his opponent's friendships lives. Homeboy brought up, hey, you need to stand on your own. Trying to put thoughts in their head. Yeah, well, Ludwig Kaiser put his thought. It was going to be, he's going to try to knock you out. And Gunther is like the best heel of heels.
Oh yeah.
My answer is still no.
No.
What was your thoughts on this? I mean,
I like the way they
gonna
played
get this
in.
match,
I
yeah.
like the way they played into it. It kind of had you wondering, like, is Ludwig gonna turn?
Yeah, I know.
But I don't see it happening. Which, I mean, granted, his girlfriend or whatever she is on SmackDown. For how long, I don't know.
Toodles.
Yeah, Toodles. Miss Money in the Bank. Or excuse me, Miss Tiffy in the Bank.
I love her.
Yeah, she's great. But we all know that match is going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when and where.
Yeah. And by the way, congratulations, WWE. We're going to have Saturday Night Main Event come back on December 14th.
That. Now, is that going to be a WWE event or an NXT event?
Check this out. It's going to be 4 times in a year, and this is going to be a thing they do, WWE on NBC.
So it's not it's not NXT. It's just strictly okay.
Yeah, it should be WWE now.
Well, I know that they've been bringing.
Yeah.
Well, I know that they've been bringing a lot of the old stuff back for NXT, like No Mercy, Halloween Havoc, and all that. So that's why I was kind of like, is it the NXT or okay? I was gonna say something else. I forgot. Shit.
Yeah, and they got a lot of people. They got what was it? They got the original music from the first
Nice.
Saturday Night Main Event. Yeah, so that's going to be kind of cool. And then not just that. Now here's a question. Yeah, someone said it in one podcast. So I'll go ahead and bring it up. Jesse Ventura is still alive. I'm not saying
Jesse has also said something in a recent interview that he is open to working with Triple H. So
here, all I'm gonna say is this, Hunter. Give me an interview spot with Jesse Ventura and Karrion Kross, and I want to see who out Jesse's Jesse. I don't give a damn. Give us what we want. I want Karrion Kross to show out his Jesse
that podcast with Chris, where he had both of them sitting there talking. That was great.
Oh, I'll tell you if it bleeds. I'm like, I loved it. So that's why I said, give us that. That's all I asked. Just give us that. All right. Io versus Bianca.
Originally supposed to be Kyrie.
Yeah, and I liked how they kind of cross correct because even when I saw that went.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, she's not good to go yet.
Well, it's like, are we making a joke of the training staffs now? Because how are we going to let this poor girl get on?
I'm sorry, that bump.
I know.
Nasty.
You know what? That would have been as bad as watching Tour getting with another concussion.
It's a wonder she didn't lose her fucking eye.
I am stunned. I really was.
Because it wasn't here. Folks, it wasn't here. It was here.
Yeah.
On the eyelid.
It's a wonder
she did not lose her eye.
I mean, God bless her, man. But anyway, but Io ended up, taking the spot and said, challenge accepted. And man, Io Sky and Bianca, people are like, oh, give us better women's matches. Look, when you get a really good women's match, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because that was a hell of a match. That really was. I thought Io and Bianca were great. And it's good to see Io get a win. So what did you think of the match?
Yeah. Again, that was great to see Io get a win over Bianca. Because they haven't really been getting many wins lately as Damage Control. I don't want to say this because I like Jade, I like Bianca, but I kind of feel that it's kind of becoming the same situation with the Young Bucks. It's the same people over and over and over. Like when Island and Alba had them, I was excited, I was happy, somebody different. But now they're right back on Jade, and this is not a knock on Jade or Bianca or Io and Kyrie. I'm tired of seeing them work each other. It's the same thing over and over.
Here's what I'm going to say. If I'm WWE, you gotta have a good talk with yourselves. The women's tag team titles, if you're not going to cultivate it this way, then what you have to do is maybe pause these belts for a while and let's bring in a singles mid-card title. And I've said it before, you can make that belt float around, and I still think, the person I would love to see would be my person, or would be Natalya for the first reign, and then she can lose it to whoever.
Right.
So, all right, now we got All right. So throughout the show, we had Finn Balor finally getting to talk to Rhea, and basically said that he was the little devil on Dom's shoulder, saying "Do it" with Liv.
Yeah.
Little newsflash: I don't think he needed the devil to tell him. But anyway,
Right.
We always did say the best thing was when Finn looked over at Dom and said, "You know what to do."
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite parts, by the way. But then, he said about basically told Jay, well, yeah, you better keep your eyes on the Intercontinental title because she's out of your league.
Yeah.
And of course they're flirting. I get it, but be careful, Jay. You're going to get run over by your dad. Your dad has a history of running over white people. All right. I'm just saying, man. I'm not saying your dad's racist or anything. I'm just saying he likes to do things for other people, even when they told him not to. You need to have a nice long talk with your daddy and just tell him, hey, stop being in my business. All right. I like kind of Rhea. Let her talk to me. Don't ruin my flow. Because, we don't want to see him going, I did it for the Yeet Man. I did it for the people. I did it for the Yeets. I did it because I hate Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Because he's a racist, but I love Vince McMahon. It's like, God, what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway.
Yeah.
But I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was actually good. Priest and then Liv, which was kind of funny. But the thing was also Rhea going, yeah, he's kind of right, though. He's like, what? I'm out of your league? She's like, no. You got the Intercontinental title.
The title, yeah.
I got that on lock. I'm like going, yeah, you do.
I love that when the camera was panning away from her. She just
yeah, I know. I was just like, you're becoming cringy, Rhea, but I still dig you. I mean, she is hot. And by the way, Liv, do not be so rude to Kathy. Kathy Kelly's doing her job. That was rude.
You don't be rude to somebody. Be rude to the new commentator guy.
Yeah. Well, Testator. Look, we are getting very close to Joe staring down the camera and going, "It's Testator time," and I am here for it. I need Joe Testator to start talking in the third person. Testator likes. That would be awesome. Actually, I thought he did a really good job today. And then Priest versus Mysterio, good match. Kind of some awkward moments. I don't know if you noticed it, but first of all, the Liv getting tackled over the anytime you get the two women thrown over, the best person that saved that spot was Wade Barrett. Because you heard him.
I laughed my ass off.
It hurt. I loved it.
Well, like it happened, and I was like, "You're supposed to get out of the way, Wade," because he's just laying there at first.
No, he did what C Double would do.
I mean, yeah, he did what I would have done too. But
yeah, hold on. It's like this. Today's the day I die. Bring it.
But like my thing is he's just laying there like he just got ran over by a truck.
I mean, to be fair, it was Rhea Ripley.
Well, I'm just saying I didn't have a thing for muscle mommies until her.
Yeah, well, exactly. You know, you have Rhea, then you have Liv. Apparently, Liv will make sure you're your best friend. You know, according to
she
sources.
just gives me nuggies and tendies. I'd be great.
Dude, oh God, dude, you could get the nuggies and tendies, bro, for sure. I would cover for you. I would cover for you. I would not turn you in. Well, what? No, Jerry's fine. Don't worry about it. You stop worrying about him. We just don't need to tell somebody because she might show up with a gun to the backstage, and you know you can't do that at these shows. So, and besides, Jamie Noble would be to hear Jamie Noble say your name. That's like an honor above God right there. That's like forget St. Peter. Jamie Noble said my name.
Jamie fucking Noble, baby.
Oh, I would mark out. I would so mark out.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's like that's Jamie fucking Noble.
Holy shit, Jamie Noble knows my name.
All right, so now the biggest awkward moment. So everyone's getting their ass beat, and Jay did say, "I got eyes everywhere on your match. I got you." So now we hear his music. No, he's not running. He's doing his savoir-faire walk. Yeah, like, look at me, girl. Yeah, I got my GQ going on. Yeah. And then stops. And I'm going, that's odd. He stopped not even near the ring. Almost. And I'm waiting. I'm like, oh, nothing's going to happen. Next thing I know, I look down, then I looked up. I see Braun already run him over. And I'm just going, okay, somebody did not get the clue.
Somebody missed their cue.
Or somebody was in the way.
Yeah. Because even when I saw it, when Braun hit him, he hit him here.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even hit him with a spear. He fucking like pounced his ass.
And I got to go here. I love Ilya Dragunov. And if we get Dragunov versus Finn Balor eventually,
ooh,
I'm all for it. But here's the thing. Everyone's like, Ilya, don't get into the business. Here's the thing, folks. Ilya doesn't mess up his suits. I have not seen a time where Ilya fights in a suit. He does not believe in messing up his suits. That man is proud of those things.
No.
I mean,
he does not.
Darby Allin, take some notes. Stop wearing the pink fluffy jacket. Look like Ilya. And look, don't tell me Ilya's not a freak, because this man, when he took every promo, he talks about pain. You think this man's about to, Shannon Sharp the camera, because he's like, oh, when I face Braun Breaker, it's like, okay, calm down, dude.
Yeah,
I'm afraid you're about to have we're gonna have a HR department problem. But yeah, man, I just thought Ilya, it's like this. What do you think? Are we likely to have a bloodline versus bloodline? What you call it? Hear me out. So, are we going to have a bloodline versus bloodline war games? Bloodline versus the Cody All Stars, or Judgment Day versus Rat Pack? I mean, you see what I'm
Honestly,
saying?
if they're gonna do bloodline, they need to get started because they've got a
Mhm.
month. Which I mean, it's not gonna be a hard story to tell, but
No.
you've got a month to set it up.
All right. So here's all right. So you said it. So let me just bring this up. In a Continental title match, we know what a singles gold means to Jay. And yes, Rikishi might
I'm
run
still a
over
little
somebody
pissed about that.
about.
Their match is next week
Oh yeah.
on a Raw.
And not on Bad Blood. I think they should have put him in Bad Blood
I do
with the
too.
card because Braun is from Georgia. That's kind of why I said, yeah.
Exactly. Me too.
So I'm with you. I see it. All right, but we can't control this for some reason. So here we go. Here's my suggestion, and then you tell me what you think, or maybe what you would do. I could see where Braun could beat him, or I personally hope Braun's like on the ropes, but then out of nowhere, Solo Sikoa shows up and Samoa spikes him. You don't have to have no reason, but or be like, if I can't have a title, you can't have a title.
Yeah.
It's like an old trope you could do. And this opens a door because now Jay's like, oh, you just cost me.
Yeah.
And that's a way you can bring Jay back.
Right.
But yeah, go ahead.
I agree, but because it's on Raw, I don't see that happening. If it was a Bad Blood, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because both shows are going to be there. But
well, the other reason I'm bringing that up is because it's either that or someone brought up, well, maybe Jimmy could come up and try to save Jay from Braun Breaker.
yeah,
And I'm going, I could see it, but my thing is the reason why I say Solo is because here's why. They did show up to NXT,
right,
the Samoans, where they destroyed everybody.
right. And they're
Why
supposed
not?
to be there.
Yeah. And Solo, should be able to do the same where he goes, you're going to tell me what to do?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's how, and basically, think it's like the way I'm looking at it is you're doing something. It's like, why would you do? He's like, because we can. And if he's going to, he has a belt or he ain't going to get a title before me, I'll bring the titles to my family, not him. He ain't family.
Yeah.
And then that's where you could easily see. I find it interesting that Cody's involved in this.
I do, but I could care less.
Well, the reason why I say is because I could see, because before you go, well, let's just get everyone together, but everyone should hate Roman.
Right.
And
I see that angle,
mm-hmm.
but I was expecting the whole thing that happened Friday to happen the way it did.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't expecting Cody because earlier in the night he said he didn't want no part of it, blah 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 blah. So I was expecting Jimmy to come in there.
Yeah, I did too.
Because him and Jimmy right there at the end, there was no problem. Right at the end.
Yeah, no, I know that.
So that's why I thought Jimmy instead of Cody right there, but of course, them being them, they swerved and yeah.
I don't mind it because this is kind of like the Dusty Rhodes playbook. Dusty would always team up with a person that maybe not even his friend,
Right,
to try to rid the bad guys. This is kind of like, Dumb baby face 101. Darby would do this. Because he's studying under the book of Sting. That was basically the book of Dusty. But yeah, I think what you could do though is have it where you can have Cody team with them. Now, it just depends on what you're going to do with Randy and Cody.
Right.
Because eventually, me personally,
eventually they got to go there somewhere.
It's like this. Is it going to be WrestleMania? I mean, I'm not going to be mad if that is,
Right.
Cody versus Randy at WrestleMania. But, I would rather, I would like to see, because somebody brought up as a WrestleMania opponent, John Cena versus Logan Paul. And I actually was like, I like it.
Yeah.
Because here's why. Cena hasn't won a match.
Right.
And who would be a great person to actually get that first victory over? Get it over Logan. He'll be cool. It ain't gonna kill him. And then, then we can have the quest of 17. If that's what you want to do. Now, me personally, I do the quest for the Intercontinental title, but
Yeah, well, I still say if anybody should have beat Ric Flair, it should have been Triple H. But
no, I agree there too. But Triple H obviously
that's just like with Taker's streak. I still say it should have been Kane.
I believe, and it's now even more confirmed now. It should have been Bray. If you were going to break,
well,
the streak,
yeah. Well, that
Bray
too.
But, yeah, Bray would have been perfect.
Definitely Bray too, but I'm thinking more of a story type deal.
No, I get it. It's just I've never saw Kane that way. I always felt that if anyone that you can work around,
for sure though, with Bray and the moment they had in the ring that night, for sure, yes, it should have been Bray there.
Yeah,
as far as like passing the torch from one dark gimmick to another.
Yeah, and I just hate what happened to him because he was such a big life. And then I guess the only other thing now next week there is supposed to be the Vince McMahon Netflix series. So I will watch it, but we don't have to cover it right away. Okay. But just let me know when you do, and I'll, because I'll be on my birthday weekend, so I don't know if I'm going to be in the mood to watch it.
I plan on watching it too.
Yeah, I do, but I don't want to.
I gotta finish Hills, which I only got one more episode of. But
okay, that's cool. Well, let me know because I am intrigued by it. It's they say double shovel, but we'll see.
Well, there's another. I saw something the other day too. They're doing another doc on somebody. I forget who it was.
Well, I know. I'm trying to remember, but I believe if I read it correctly, they have not a series, but there's supposed to be another Dark Side of the Ring, season 6,
right?
And
this is another Netflix thing. I don't remember who.
Okay, but yeah, I'm just saying, me personally, I am hoping to God we get something good.
I wish that because a lot of that stuff that WWE's doing now, which I know they don't really have much to do with Dark Side of the Ring, but like the treasure thing where they go out looking for clothing and shit. I wish they'd put that shit on the network, on Peacock or Netflix or whatever.
Oh, I agree.
I enjoy that shit.
That would be really good if they did that. Because it's like not only that, but a lot of the times you don't know when it's even on.
Right. So, well, yeah, that too.
I never know. I don't.
Yeah, it's like a Sunday when it comes when it came on.
And I'm watching football, so trust me, I will be watching.
And it come on A&E of all things.
Yeah, and like I said, trust me, I will have football on my phone. My phone will be 100% charged. It will be right here. It will be on the red zone. It's like this. So we have an exciting card. Oh man, what a guy!
I mean, I can't say nothing. She used my phone as a hotspot Saturday to watch the Georgia game because we were in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, I bet she wasn't happy.
She's glad they won, but she wasn't too thrilled on the way they played.
No, not a lot of not a lot of Georgia fans.
I watched like the second half of it with her, and yeah, and me not knowing shit about football, I could see that there was an issue.
Yeah, and I mean it was like, hey, we just showed up to play, but we don't really care. It's like, excuse me,
Yeah,
like, oh, you just showed up. You don't think you can actually? Oh God, you walking in here like your shit don't stink. I tell you what, boy.
I'm just saying, there's a good reason I didn't play football. Somebody would have got hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like you always go, no, I don't want to hurt nobody. No, I would have fucking.
Well, all my coaches wanted me to because I was fucking built like a brick house, but it followed on
Yeah,
wrestling days. I was
yeah,
on the road.
exactly. And you know what? You were gonna wrestle. What
Oh,
football?
at that age and time, I was on the road every fucking day on the weekend. Sometimes twice a day.
You were like, look, Teach, I don't really care about this project. I got to go work a couple of matches. I'll see you later. Man. All right. Well, look, we're gonna run it out here. Look, make sure you guys follow Ladarius on his channel and also on Twitter. Send him prayers and thoughts to his fam, and that's the plug for him and also his channel. All his stuff's on his socials. You can find it there, and also make sure. Let's go ahead. We'll put the. Give me a minute.
Yeah, pop it back on there one more time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't worry. I wasn't gonna forget. All right. So guys, this Sunday, Battle for Barrow. It's the charity event to benefit the Appalachia high schools and the families that were affected. Uh, it's at the Edge Events, 138 Park Avenue, Suite 100, Winder, Georgia. September 22nd. That's this Sunday, 3 p.m. $10 ticket. And heck, if you bring me a Coke Zero, I'll be happy. So just remember that too. That's an important thing.
Limited seating, so bring some chairs
Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah, bring some
And
seating.
come early because there's meet and greets, there's activities for the kids, there's all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, you know what I should have asked, Matt was, this game center. How close is it from the ring? Because I need to know when I call that hot tub.
Last time they were in that building, the game systems was on the stage.
Uh-huh.
But from my understanding, that's where the families are going to be at. So I'm not they have like little cave in like area, like you know how like at most flea markets they have like the little walled out areas.
Yes.
They have like a couple of those, so I assume they're probably going to put them in there.
Yeah, I got you. So with that being said, the venue is actually pretty big.
It's not. Yeah, it's a good sized place.
Yeah.
It's just not super high.
Yeah,
there's like one sweet spot in that whole place that's decent, but still not perfect.
Yeah, we're gonna have we'll be there. We'll be live. I don't think we'll broadcast anything. I'm not broadcasting no matches anyway. But what I'll probably do, I'll probably like get on a live and just
I was gonna say probably do like a quick little live.
Probably we'll have a live where we're roaming around the area and just so people can see.
I think I'm probably gonna do that too with TikTok or Twitch or something because I can go live from my phone.
So be aware. Be on Jerry's social or check Jerry's socials out. Check mine out. We'll be having some stuff for the show. We'll both be there. I'll be calling commentary. It's going to be in action, beating some of his relatives.
I'll be in the Rumble and against the 605, which is going to be Jamie, my brother, and Terry.
I forgot to ask Matt. He's got to get me a list of everyone that's in the Rumble because I haven't.
I don't think.
I have a feeling.
All due respect. I really hope he doesn't have all of us in there at once, because that is going to be a clusterfuck and a half.
I mean, we could do it like every other minute and get you all in.
I'm hoping that's what they do, like every few minutes. Because if not, it's going to be
It's going to be
hell
stupid.
on earth.
It's going to be. Yeah, it is. It is.
Because I mean, there's
bad
like
on you
30
guys.
people. There's 30 fucking people. That's what he said earlier. It was like 30 wrestlers.
Oh god.
So
I gotta look at that. Yeah, because I was looking at the music. I'm like, I'm almost
and
done.
I know that some of the people in the Rumble are in matches too. So
yeah. I mean, Hunter's in like quite a
Hunter's
few,
in the
actually.
Rumble and the match. Yeah, and I'm in the match.
We're
I
trying
assume
to-
I'm going to be in the Rumble too.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So guys, definitely want to check. Nothing like an indie show where we all just start looking at each other. What am I supposed to do?
What are we doing here? How's this going to
look,
work?
And if he looks at me, all right, you ready to get in the ring? Like, wait, what? I'm commentary.
As the great saying goes, pin me, pay me. But at this point, pin me and give the money to somebody.
Yeah. And on this one, it'd be like this. Oh, okay. I get in the ring, and then I just take myself out of the ring. I just tell you,
what
Jerry.
it's gonna be get in the ring, find a corner, and stand there for a little bit, and then get out.
Well, that's for you want to win. Me, I just want to go in and out. I don't want to. I'll stay in my chair, preferably. I got Scott Hansen to watch and call the action in a responsible way that I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, it's a 2-hour mark. We're done. Jerry, hit him up with your social, with your plugs, man.
Viking Gaming 91 on Twitch, TikTok, LW_ Jerry Nelms on X, Lone Wolf Jerry Nelms on Facebook, as well as Viking Gaming 91 on Facebook. Either one of the names, you'll find something.
Yeah, exactly. You'll find Jerry, trust me, and just type Jerry, and you'll find the Wolf and all that good stuff. I mean, the same thing and everything. So look, C28 on YouTube. Hit the like, subscribe, please. Also, at CAWTN is my X handle. I'll eventually change it because you kind of need to. But, right now I'm kind of slow. And really with that, guys, like I said, show up to the show if you can. If you're from Winder, please come out. Let's do something for the community. And again, thank you all so much.
Even if you can't stay, just show up, donate some money, and help out. Yeah.
And by the way, Matt, Jay, Hunter, and look, everybody that's part of the Barrow County or the Battle for Barrow wrestling chat. Thank you all so much. We're gonna keep posting it, and you're gonna see that post a lot. And remember, bring seats. Let's go. Let's just jam this out and let's have fun. We'll see you all Sunday, and also see you next week where we talk wrestling. I'm C Double. That's Jerry. We're out.